the first 1 o'clock game, Titans versus the Chargers. Dalton, I'll go to you first. Give me your prediction on this game.
Yeah, the Chargers definitely showed some life last week, and the Titans just kind of suck. So I'll say the Chargers win 27-10.
27-10. All right. Ruben, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, no, this is going to be another tough one for the Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go even more. I'm going to say they put up a 30 burger, and I'm going to go ahead and give the Tennessee Titans 14 points.
Okay. All right. So 30-14. All right, Derek, thoughts on this one? Titans versus the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans just suck. I mean, there's no way they win this game. So Chargers 27, Tennessee 13.
Wow. Okay. Michael. I mean, Red Ranger. Sorry. I don't know who Michael is. Red Ranger. Thoughts on this game?
It's bye week time.
He wishes.
Chargers 34, Titans 14. Let's just get to the bye week.
Is it possible that the Titans could lose to the bye week? Is that a possibility?
Oh, I mean, the Raiders probably could, or the Cardinals could. I don't know about us.
All right, that's.
I mean, we almost did
enough.
if we traded away Brian Thomas Jr. We could have been the first team to lose the bye week this year.
That's true. That would have been a major loss during the bye week. All right. This game right here is actually a really, really good one. Colts at the Steelers in the 1 p.m. time slot. Red Ranger, we'll go back to you, brother. Who do you have winning this game, Colts or the Steelers?
I really like this matchup. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Defensively, I think it's going to be the edge right there. Unfortunately, the Colts are going to have the edge on the defensive side, so give me the Colts, 24-21.
24-21. Okay, I like this. They haven't won there since 2008. That's interesting. Ruben, your thoughts on this one? Colts versus the Steelers.
Yeah, I actually have the Colts winning this matchup. I was going to go 27-21. Hopefully there's some fireworks late in the game, but the Colts will take this dub.
Okay, all right. And Dalton, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'll give the Colts a W here. I don't think the Steelers are that good. I think they're a product of just not a very good division right now, to be completely honest with you. I just think they're the Steelers. I think they're a team that they somehow slip into the playoffs and lose week 1 just because their overall roster isn't that great. So I'll give the Colts this one 31-28.
I gotta say, the Steelers, for as much talent as on that defense, they're extremely disappointing on the defensive side of the football. That is a shocker to me. It's insane, man. There are so many good players on that side of the ball, and they just cannot do anything. They cannot stop anybody. The Colts are not going to be easy to stop whatsoever. So, Derek, give me a full breakdown on this one. How do you see this one going down? What are some of the matchups that you're looking forward to? What's the final score prediction?
Yeah, what's even wilder about that Steelers defense not being able to stop anyone and being as high paid as they are, the last 4 teams that they've played, they've given up season highs to every single one of those quarterbacks in which they played. So they are, I mean, obviously the Steelers are scoring pretty well right now, which is definitely why teams have been having to throw the football a lot, but they haven't been able to stop anyone. TJ Watt's not really being a factor in anything, and it's just not going well for Pittsburgh. And Shane Steichen is actually 2-0 against the Pittsburgh Steelers as a head coach. So I'd look for that to be 3-0. Right now, I just think the Indianapolis Colts are just much more complete team. And if you're a defense that's giving up season highs to all these quarterbacks, I don't anticipate Daniel Jones doing that. But if you're giving up these many passing yards, Daniel Jones will probably end up having the same thing, even with the back of Jonathan Taylor being in there. And I think our defense will hold enough. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers can run the football as effectively as they want to. So, yeah, I think it'll being a final score of 31-21 Indianapolis.
Speaking of the Steelers, they just got Kyle Duggar safety from the New England Patriots.
Yeah, because they're safety.
I'm changing my pick.
Elliott
I'm changing my pick.
yesterday.
You're not. Are you changing your pick? Really?
No, I'm joking.
Way. Okay. Well, I'm surprised that I heard that the Patriots were going to be shipping him somewhere because they didn't want to re-sign him. But I'm surprised that he went within the AFC. That's a little bit of a surprise to me. Now I know that they just lost Elliott. I think they're starting safety this last game, so adding Duggar makes a lot of sense for them. I'm just surprised that the Patriots did it in the AFC. But
man, I hope Houston does something.
Well, we might end up talking about it. Speaking of the Texans, they're going to be playing the Broncos in the 1 p.m. time slot. This is not the same Broncos team, by the way, that started out the season. Their offense is absolutely humming over the last 5 quarters, over 70 points put up, 400-something passing yards from Bo Nix. He's had 8 touchdowns in one way or another in those 5 quarters. They are on an absolute heater. So Texans versus the Broncos this week, 1 p.m. time slot. Red Ranger, give me your thoughts on this one.
I mean, to me, this feels like a lock for the Broncos. Or do I feel crazy enough to give Ruben the power? Ruben, I'm going to give you the upset here. Give me the Texans 17-14.
17-14 Texans. All right. Dalton, what are your thoughts on this one? Texans versus the Broncos.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because, the Texans are actually 3-point favorites going into this one, which kind of surprised me. But Texans games have been very weird because when the Texans win, they just absolutely dominate. But they can't squeeze out these one-possession games by any stretch of the imagination. So this one is a real test for them, right? Can they beat a team that's not bad and not injured? This is a game that's going to help them get back to 500. If they lose, they're 3-5, and that might be a little bit difficult to really dig out of. I'm going to take Denver in this one because I do think Denver is a good team. But man, this would be a big one if they could, win a back and forth game, a game with a bunch of lead changes and come out on top. I just think that, Denver is just a tough matchup for anybody. So I'll take Denver in this one. I think it's going to be a struggle. I think 17-13 Denver wins.
Denver's a good team, except for when they're playing the Colts, right, Derek? Hey, Derek, tell me who wins this one, Texans or Broncos?
Yeah, I mean, talk about 2 of the best defenses in the entire National Football League. And it definitely will be a close game here. One thing that's interesting, Patrick Surtain is going to be out for this game. I don't remember what his injury was, but he's going to be out for a couple weeks. So that'll definitely impact the Broncos in a way. But we'll see if the Houston Texans have finally figured out their offense or if they're, if they just got lucky going up against the banged up defense in the 49ers. But you know what? I'm going to give Ruben the benefit of the doubt here. They are at home. I'm going to see if that offense has finally clicked a little bit. I'll go 20-17 Houston in this one.
Well, Ruben, listen, this could be a big one because if Patrick Surtain is out, which it sounds like he is, Nico Collins should be back, which would be a major, major boost. And I don't know about you, but one of the things that I thought going into that 49er game is that this might be the best thing for CJ Stroud is to be without Nico Collins for a week so that he can spread it around and gain trust with his other young receivers. I feel like that's exactly what happened in the 49ers game. Now you can reinsert Nico Collins back into the lineup and you have multiple receivers that you have full trust in. This might be just the thing to give their offense a shot in the arm that it absolutely needed. Now you have no Patrick Surtain. That's got to help you feel a little bit better as well. So how do you see this game going down? Can your Texans get it done for a second week in a row against a very, very good Broncos team?
Well, this is the biggest tough of the year for the Houston Texans to date. They had an opportunity to show on Monday Night Football against Seattle that they were legit, and they absolutely wet the bed. They have an opportunity here to face Denver, a team who they played a couple of years ago when Denver was coming in hot. I think they were winners of 3 out of their last 4 with Russell Wilson. That game ended on a Jimmy Ward interception. This Houston Texans defense at home, it is something special. The 49ers just got a taste of it, absolutely shutting down Christian McCaffrey and shutting down George Kittle. The Houston Texans offense is just going to be, can they put more than 17, 20 points? And that's going to be the biggest question. You're at home. It's a day where they're honoring the owner's mom. She is going into the Houston Texans Ring of Honor. I had this being actually being an L for the Houston Texans guys. But I had this being an L where it's very close and it comes down to the very wire. I'm going to go Denver 27, Houston 24, and the Texans get right back on track against Jacksonville and Tennessee.
Ruben's trying that reverse psychology with that.
I have to do it
this last week.
I have to do it.
Well, hold on. So last week, if you lost to the 49ers, the season was over. You bought yourself a little bit of time with a win. Does that mean losing to the Broncos that we can basically stick a fork in the Texans?
No, because you still have an opportunity, to end up at 5-5 once you get to week 10, week 11. So I'm working on my reverse jinx here. The Houston Texans, unfortunately, they have yet to win the big game. This would be their biggest win right here against a Denver Broncos team. And then on that Tuesday, once it does happen, y'all won't be able to shut me up because then we're back, baby, and it gets scary.
You've got the power, Ruben.
You're going to need to hope that your team wins, because if you lose and my team wins, you have no shot of winning the division.
Well, I'm not worried about the division. I'm not worried about the division. I'm worried about that wild card spot.
All right, here we go. Jaguars at Raiders. Man, this one is a really big one in my opinion, because the Jags have been on a little bit of a skid. You come out of the bye week. If you lose to the Raiders, that'll really be a sobering thought for Jaguars fans. So I think this is a game that the Jaguars have got to have. Red Ranger, I will go to you first. Who do you have winning this game in the 4 p.m. time slot, Jags or Raiders?
Yeah, to me, I just feel like the Raiders are on a slump right now. Jags coming off a bye week, so this seems like a no-brainer to me. Go ahead and give me the Jaguars in this one, 21-6.
Jaguars 21-6. All right, Derek, who do you have winning this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick the Raiders right now. I mean, obviously they got dog walked against the Chiefs this last week, and of course Jacksonville having a bye week to prepare for this one, get a little healthier. So I don't know if it'll be pretty, but I do think the Jags will end up pulling it out. Yeah, I'll say 24-10.
24-10 Jags. Okay.
Jags.
All right. Ruben, who do you have winning this one, Jags or Raiders?
No, I have Jacksonville winning this game, and winning this game single-handedly. This is going to be the first time Jaguars fans get to see, what head coach Liam Coleman does after a bye week. Did they answer some of their questions? I think they do. I think it's going to be a big win. Derek took my score, so I'm going to go 21-13 Jacksonville.
Okay. Dalton, give me a full preview of this one. You guys are playing the Raiders coming off the bye. Hopefully this is a get-right game for your Jacksonville Jaguars. In my opinion, like I said, this is a must-win. You cannot be on a 3-game skid and lose to a team like the Raiders if you want to be true contenders. So tell me how this one goes down, brother.
Yeah, the Raiders just are not a good team. I mean, 2-5 record, has lost 4 out of their last 5. Their only win came against the Titans in that stretch, which we all know about the Titans. So with this one, I mean, the Jaguars will come in here focused. I think the backs are against the wall. I don't think they're happy with the way they played. And I do think that the Jaguars have playoff aspirations for sure. So the Jaguars, an opportunity to go 5-3. And I think this game, the Jaguars need to just curb stomp them, to be honest. Like, they need some of that swagger back. The Jaguars had a lot of swagger, at the end of September, beginning of October, but just the last couple of weeks, just very, very passive play. And I think the Jaguars are still a new team, getting to know each other, getting to know themselves. The roster was kind of flipped around a little bit, new coaching staff, new front office, and everything. So I don't know if they just if they overachieve the first few weeks, and I don't know if they underachieve the last couple of weeks. Maybe it's somewhere in between. Like I said, being the year, I thought the Jaguars were an 8-win team. I hope right now the Jaguars are looking kind of 8-9. So I hope that the Jaguars go in here and beat them. And I'll say the Jaguars beat them. I'll say they beat them down, like I say. I think they come in with a really good game plan. They get back to the run game. They do what they do well. I think the Jaguars win 27-13.
All right, there you go. Clean sweep. Sleeper. Use promo code RTS. Link is at the top of the description. Get a 100% deposit match of up to $100. And right now, if you use promo code RTS, you don't even have to make a deposit in order to get a free $20 play. Just sign up, use promo code RTS.